First off, behold this majestic view of the star metal armor and this holy light and these blighted lads. That being aside, we have a result on the polls of whether or not, or what you could even call it that, because barely anybody voted on it. But the decision in regards of whether I stay factionless or join the Marauders, it was still at a 50-50 tie. So solve that off screen. The end result is I stay factionless for the rest of this series. Second off, the servers of Pangea and Valhalla are merging, which is perfect because my previous attempt at this died on the Valhalla server. So how fitting that my Pangea character shall carry on through a merged world the torch of my Valhalla character. There shall be vengeance for that loss. Sorry, I got gunk on my TV screen here. Give me a quick moment. Really, really nasty little fucking thing there. I didn't even notice it until I was looking up at the sky. Then you have all this bright white. You see all the fucking dirt on your TV. Anyways, yeah, that's not bad. My TV needs a good cleaning, but that was really the worst spot. Okay. I want to get his levels up. Now we're at the point where it's just nope. Let's just pound out progress. All right. Let's see. When you kill a foe, not bad actually. Take a death. I like the sense of dread this music's got. Come on, big guy. I know you're a story thinker. We gotta kill you right now anyway. For a second there, when it showed that little text that said "next hit critical," I thought it said "next hit biblical." It's like, well, that ought to be a good kill. The next hit went from critical to biblical. That is arguably probably the best way I could think of a way how to upgrade the term from critical hit to something else. He went beyond critical hit to biblical hit. Like, his hit was more damaging than one of the scourges of God.
It appears the town fell to the lost, primarily from within. No signs of any defense. I wonder if Brother Umberto sought aid from somewhere else. An honorable warrior, as I recall, but a bit squeamish regarding the requirements of becoming a soul warden. Many of the king's knights joined the Order, but of course, you know what happened to them. Galahad remained at Artorius' side, and now that I hear the name, I do recall hearing he resurfaced after the war. Perhaps Galahad can shed light on the fates of both the king and Brother Umberto. You go on ahead. I want to do a little scouting to the north. It's time I pull my own weight. I'll catch up.
Be wary, traveler. A great tragedy has occurred here. The good people who lived in these hills have fallen and turned into soulless lost. If you've come seeking family or an old friend, I fear your journey may be in vain. But the story pains me to speak aloud. It is better if you read the account in my journal, just there. It was the dream of Avalon that led King Artorius to these shores. And of course, the wise counsel of the enchanter, Mirrodin. But the enchanter became obsessed with the island's mysteries. An insidious evil claimed his soul. The wars of crimson madness raged for a century. So many banners, all fallen to the corruption. I know not what transpired to end the conflict. We found no answers as to Mirrodin's fate. No trace of the High King. I sought new peace and purpose here in the Brightwood, but it would not last. A plague of soulless lost emerged. Brother Umberto and I formed the Bright Vigil to fight the darkness. But he stood alone when I left in search of my Lord King. I returned empty-handed to witness the results of my failure. The Vigil fallen to despair, and the Brightwood bright no more. Yes, friend. You are now acquainted with my regretful decision to abandon Umberto and go on a fruitless quest to find the king. My only desire now is to atone for my mistakes, but I'm not sure where to begin. If you are willing to overlook my failed duties to the Vigil, then I will heartily accept your offer. I know the manor well. I will search there for clues, and you can search the towns. May the light be with us both.
March 17th. A cold wind blows instead of spring, and the trees of Bragwood are dry and devoid of new growth. The rest of the longest feeling here is wolf-sick. Since Galahad's departure, several knights have left the Vigil, and I have begun recruiting and training the local townsfolk as new vigilantes. They've taken to calling themselves shadow hunters, and I won't discourage you. Anything that keeps them hopeful is welcome. Umberto. Umberto's journal, June 8th. It is the peak of summer, but it remains cold, and crops wither in the field. It seems every week we awaken one morning to find another of the townsfolk has fallen lost. Despite my misgivings, I've come to accept the only solution is to bury them. Strange as it may be to see graveyards on Aeternum, my greater concern is that they will soon be widespread. Umberto.
Ah, it is good to see you, young warden. I have bad news. I found a large force of corrupted to the east. Sir Galahad has informed me that corruption has claimed the manor as well. But you and I know better, and we cannot simply walk away. I suggest you enter the manor and strike down the corrupted commander. It could buy us time.
Understand why you reject corruption. Is there someone telling you to do this? Lying to you about everything?
I welcome your aid for Umberto's sake, but I did not realize you were a soul warden. During the wars, your order insisted on the delusion that the Crimson Madness could not be defeated. Your friend Jonas now claims it's returned. The old man won't hear it. He scouts ahead, determined to prove there's an army of the possessed hiding somewhere in the forest. What matters most, however, is that we're united in seeking Brother Umberto. To me, it's clear. The darkness consuming the Brightwood is the Lost. Umberto and I swore to fight it, and I will honor that oath. There is evidence Umberto and the Vigil abandoned this place, but no indication where they went. The Vigilants were apparently burying Lost in a nearby graveyard. You should check there, and then we'll rejoin the old man. Hopefully, with answers.
Now the Stott family. Let it be known that the Stott family committed crimes against the community by conspiring to hide the fact that certain members of the household had fallen lost. Unsurprisingly, the plague spread, and we now commit the entire family to the earth. Let it be known that the Stott family's keep at Caer has been seized by the Bright Vigil. Grand Vigilant Umberto.
You have arrived just in time, young Soul Warden. I was becoming quite concerned.
Yes, the courageous soul we've both been waiting for. Your friend Jonas is rather disturbed about the presence of the corrupted in these parts.
You are putting it mildly, Sir Knight. Seeing such numbers this far south is a sign all of Aeternum is in grave danger.
Perhaps, but at the present, I'm more concerned about tracking down Brother Umberto. Seems he left here seeking some fortress. I will go straight away and leave you to sort out truth and fiction with Jonas. Have no fear. If I find Umberto, you'll be the first to know.
I feel guilty saying it, but I am relieved to see the knight depart. He clings to his ignorance with unwavering assurance. The corrupted are here in Voss, just as I suspected. There is a ranger nearby who has confirmed it. Find out what the corrupted are seeking, and then meet me in the town of Calvary to the east.
Does it not feel right? Take that morsel from me. In return, I only ask you to consider the feast I am offering.
I was on the verge of going to search for you, to apologize. I doubted both you and the old man, but I was wrong. On the way to Caer, I witnessed firsthand the size and activity of the corrupted forces here in the Brightwood. Caer offered more questions than answers. Something dark happened there, and it now lies vacant, perhaps even cursed. I've been inquiring around town whether anyone here was a witness to the Vigil's fall. But when I saw Jonas, I knew it was my duty to make amends to you both. I urged him to wait, but he refused. I suggest you head north right away to ensure his safety. Go on and assist the old man. If the light is with me, I will have answers by the time you return.
swap for the bow. He can't do shit against me with the bow. No, let me go back to harvesting the fucking lodestone every day. Minding my own business, damn it. You have lehem and more star metal, but lehem. Nice.
In my most dire estimations, I could not have imagined how desperate the situation has become. A few years ago, the Great Cleave was quiet, safe. But now, the corrupted appear to have total dominion. Any day now, their forces will sweep south and claim the rest of the island. I would suggest we lay claim to this fort, but the place is clearly cursed. But we will also need to recruit an army of new soul wardens. Search the fort, and then meet me in Calvary.
Well now, imagine finding the only other sane person on this island, here in this accursed place. I heard this bright vigil amassed quite a fortune before they up and vanished. They left a stain of evil as well. You joking? I already got quite an earful about the curse before I left Calvary. People down there don't like to talk about the bright vigil. But with a couple of coins, I heard what I needed to hear. If you want to share in the secrets, you'll need to contribute to the cause. You know that. This place makes my skin crawl. If you gather up valuables the vigil stashed here, I'll tell you everything I know. Now we're talking.
I saw Jonas in the tavern. He's recruiting new soul wardens, balmy as ever. But I'm glad I'm afraid I haven't been quite so successful. The people of Calvary are strangely quiet when the subject of the bright vigil comes up. I suppose I'm not the best conversationalist.
God's ears! Tell me you're not here to talk about missing priests, cursed forts, or the damned. Will you people never stop? Why can't I get any peace? Besides, dredging up such dark affairs serves no purpose. It's just depressing. But fine, if you leave me alone, I'll tell you. Visit the town of Morgenstadt. Something happened there. Or so I heard.
Notice to the people of Morgenstadt. By decree of the Grand Vigilant Umberto, the following families will be relocated from the town to be sheltered in Sonnesbrook Cathedral. Wallace, Van Hussum, De Goya, Fujiwara, Kao, Kazakov, Khalid, De Soto.
Moira, tell the families there's no time to collect valuables, that they can return for those later. Once they get to the cathedral, administer the draft, and then commit their poor sleeping souls to the earth. Let us pray this will prevent their dour dispositions from infecting the rest of the village. Umberto. P.S. Don't worry about Penny, Father. I've informed him of the consequences of interfering.
I see that look in your eye. Whatever you found up there, I had nothing to do with it. The atrocities Umberto and the Vigilants committed against those poor, innocent families, it's simply unthinkable. Every day I live with the shame of my silence. And in the time since, I promise, I've done all I can to remove the curse. You should speak to her. I've done all I can, and there's nothing more to say. Leave me to my shame.
Greetings, young warden. I understand you left town after speaking with Pennyfather. I must ask, what did you learn? Is it true that the Vigil resorted to dark methods of battling the Lost Menace? As unpleasant as it may be, I must speak to Pennyfather and hear the truth of this firsthand. I will go and speak to the mayor myself. In the meantime, it would seem there are still questions as to Umberto's ultimate fate. Did Pennyfather give you any leads to follow? Someone who may know more? I will attempt to learn more about Umberto's fall. I've begun to wonder if he ever sought to find the source of the Lost Plague. If there are no other leads, I shall inquire about him in the Fens myself. After that, let's meet to share what we've learned.
If the mayor sent you to nag me about his invitation to tea, I don't have the interest or the time for social engagements, especially when he requests I work alone and keep everything so secret. Despite Pennyfather's hopes, restoring the entire forest is impossible, but I might be able to heal some locations. Believe it or not, I could cure that place. But only if I had help getting proof the Vigil's leaders paid for their crimes. The last vigilance fell at Bright Rest Cemetery. If you'll recover their sigils and meet me at the Post-Strecken Shrine, I'll explain.
Up this montage of lost ass beatings, rare material collectings, and lore dumps for more music. Hope you enjoy. Short, catchy, but simple. I like it.
Whatever Umberto says, you mustn't believe him. Something in the Grand Vigilant changed after I expressed doubts about Sonsbrook. He's been paranoid, keeping secrets. Something about making a heart gem to protect himself, like those mad soul wardens. I fear he's trying to turn us against each other. If we don't stay united, I worry we'll both end up like the others.
Fortuitous timing, my friend. You catch me on the verge of traveling into Weaver's Fen to inquire about Umberto. Pennyfather was adamant that I'd find answers there. I will not dally. In the Fen, I will gather what information I can and then rejoin you and the alchemist. Until then, light be with you, friend.
Glad I did all that fucking crafting and harvesting leveling before, because I wouldn't be able to take advantage of these high quality gathering spots now. Like, look at that shit. Found the motherload of a fucking star metal, dude. Now I found the fucking storage spot of silkweed. I'm waiting for the Weirdwood Forest. That's for damn sure.
Ah! You got the bright sigils? Amazing. I can't express how good it feels to have an ally in this effort, especially one who can fight. We'll need some token from the Grand Vigilant as well, but that can wait. Removing the curse from Caerdan will take more than just seeing the Vigil's crimes avenged. We'll need the healing power of the Earth itself. They pose a grave threat to humanity, but their bond with the energy of Azoth is sacred. This is how I know that with the right components we can heal the fortress of Caerdan. Venture into the shaman's subterranean lair to claim their vessels, and then use those to collect the sacred waters from the tree's roots. I'll wait here. There is something different about you, I think. You were touched somehow by the tree, weren't you? Don't worry, I won't pry. We want to remove the curse from Caerdan, and now we have the waters. I will go on to Caerdan and make preparations. See you there soon, I hope.
The alchemist is clearly gifted in some Vestal fashion. You've done well partnering with her. My tidings are less inspiring. No sign of Grand Vigilant Umberto in the fen, but a clue guided me to find him back here. After all we've learned, I presumed Umberto had long since fallen lost. It would have been a just fate. But no, I confronted him myself, and to my horror, his humanity has somehow been preserved. If the heart gem protects him, it must be destroyed, though I cannot be the one to do it. Break him there. Defeat him. and take his heart gem. I will await your return. Godspeed, my friend.
I will not repent, nor will I fall. It is you whose soul will be forfeit. The righteous will always return.
I wasn't paying attention. Was that supposed to be a boss fight? I did that with one hand.
It is done, then. The tragic tale of the once brave Brother Umberto finally draws to a close. I am grateful to you, my friend, for helping me atone for my part in all this. We will never know if I might have prevented these atrocities. Speaking of which, I gather you and Ionas now seek to remove the curse on Caer Dun and claim it for the Soul Wardens. I suppose that's fitting. I must apologize. I judged the Wardens unfairly. Perhaps during the Crimson Madness, but most certainly now. You've proven the Order is honorable and strong. With the corrupted returning, I salute your courage in facing it. Perhaps Pennyfather will have grown a spine by now. Either way, I will find some way to serve. I will have to consider the offer carefully. And then, perhaps I shall join you at Caer Dun.
Welcome back, Warden. If I had known the difficulty in claiming the fortress, I might have thought twice. However, I understand it was Umberto's actions that cursed these grounds. And somehow, he was the last one standing? Come though, speak with the young lady. She has made all kinds of preparations.
You were just in time to interrupt Jonas sharing another tale of your exploits. Not that I wasn't enjoying them, of course. But I'm keen to take a shot at removing this curse. Assuming you have the heart gem. Are you ready? I've anointed the entrance with pure Azoth water and placed the sigils. If what I'm hearing is true, and it protects some part of the soul, you may face some resistance. Bottom line, he must answer for what he did.
My soul will not be so easily vanquished.
must admit, I really wasn't sure this would work. But look at this place! I'd say it's as pristine as the day it was built. You and I make a good team. Speaking of, I didn't push you on this before, but something happened to you at the Azoth tree, didn't it? I think Galahad mentioned a sorceress with a purple eye. Maybe we need to find her. Ask him about it.
You've done well, young one. As menacing as that corrupted army and Great Cleave may be, I believe we are safe here. I will maintain my focus on recruiting and training new Soul Wardens to defend the place. You, on the other hand, have no such luxury. You've been quiet, but I can tell the voice of the Tempest still speaks to you. You are connected through the pure Azoth you were exposed to, and corruption strive to claim it. I do not envy the destiny that lies before you, nor do I know where it leads. You should heed the vision as Son suggested. Ask Galahad about this mysterious sorceress with the purple eye.
It seems Providence has already seen fit to verify I made the right choice in coming. I hear this talk of the sorceress with the purple eye, and I believe we have another quest to undertake together. But Mayor Pennyfather in Calvary's obsessed. Go and hear his account, and then meet me on the road to the Fen.
You again? Oh, no, please! I have nothing more to confess! You've already exposed my secret shame, and I understand you managed to lure Son away on some crazy enterprise. What more can you take from me? Indeed, I have written an account. Just read it for yourself and know the horrors she wrought.
The inevitable cutscene that we're going to watch with more lore dump or more music. Nice. I like the sound of that one. These songs are actually getting good. You're just better and better as it keeps going.
Long ago, a witch crept into the eastern fens. This was the corpse crone, and she cast a wicked spell. The deadly hex spread like a sickening plague. The island's immortality was twisted and made obscene. The curse of the lost would haunt our lands. The people sought salvation from this plague. Desperate, we believed conviction our only course. We discovered the soulless could hide amongst us. Committing them to the cold earth was the only answer. Eventually, the crone's purpose became clear. Her hex would bind the restless lost to her will. To this day, her foul curse lingers. Until until her evil can be forever extinguished.
There now. You know the full story. Whatever terrible deeds you attribute to the Bright Vigil, they were victims too. Tell me, though, do you mean to track down the vile crone and hold her to account? I wish you luck, though. Or perhaps a miracle. You'll need it, I fear.
The flowers referenced in the ancient tablets quickly proved a waste of time. Whatever reason the ancients cultivated them, it was not to defend against the Crimson Madness. Conversely, the mushrooms seemed to offer some promise. I was able to infuse them with the azoth from the ruins, and the mushroom's luminescence dims when in the presence of corruption. Desperate as they are, it was not difficult to convince the villagers here to drink the mushroom concoction I prepared. Though, I did leave out the fact that they were gathered from the ruins. Whether the serum is effective remains to be seen. Damn it all! The situation here in Perryville is deteriorating by the hour. It seems one of the lost somehow passed their condition on to a family member who had not been a volunteer. I offered to assess and treat the poor woman, but I was met with nothing but anger and fury. Everyone seems to have forgotten that this effort is in pursuit of protection against a far greater evil. With a few further tests, I am certain I can perfect the cure, and perhaps even find a remedy. If I am to find more volunteers, however, it will not be here. Brittmar is helping to pack up all of my equipment and research, and we will leave this town of fools in the morning. Good riddance.
Let it be hereby known that the Shadow Hunters of Carberg are offering a reward for anyone providing information that leads to the capture of the corpse crone. The foul sorceress has dark hair and a pale, violet scar in place of a missing eye. She was last seen fleeing her home in Perryville, but it is believed that she remains in hiding somewhere in Weaver's Fen. Let it be further known that anyone who harbors or abets the crone shall be held to equal account for her crimes, and shall be subject to the same sentence.
I hope you had better luck than I, my friend. The legacy of the corpse crone seems to have claimed every town in this region. The only thing I've learned about Sir Brittmar is that she departed from this area in some haste. But if it makes mention of Brittmar, then I should very much like to study it further. Though the Bright Vigil never came this far east, it seems there were those who sought to hold the crone accountable for her crimes. I presume you saw the posters. These shadow hunters gathered in Carberg. It appears the entire town fell lost in hours, and the curse still haunts the streets like a contagion. Learn what you can in Carberg, and then meet me on the town's outskirts. Light be with you, Warden.
I heard you were looking for me.
Yes. We won't allow you to profane this place with your fouls.
Enough! I don't have time for your ignorance.
All of us, everyone, doomed to lose their souls. That is why we fight.
This journal tells more lies than truths. I simply cannot believe Brittmar would support this foul sorcery. What did you learn in Carberg? Did the hunters manage to apprehend the crone? Perhaps that explains Britmar as well. Yes, surely the crone had ensorcelled my brave friend. That must be it. The only place that hasn't fallen lost in this dreadful swamp is the ramshackle settlement of Twillen. I should like to go there and inquire after Britmar. I cannot rest until I find an explanation for all this. That is undoubtedly where she acquired her power. The last entry makes specific mention of the ruins at Vega Bridge. I will go on to Twillen and inquire about both Britmar and the crone. I'll await you there.
Translated the glyphs on the bridge, and it's clear this passage was once a major supply route. Just as with the obelisk, the bridge was protected by magical devices, strategically placed to ward away some danger, almost certainly the corruption. If I could find one of these devices, I had hoped to deconstruct it and determine what energy powered the Ancients' wards. However, I've searched the length of the bridge, and whatever devices the Ancients placed have long since been looted or destroyed. The only possibility is that one remains somewhere in the bridge's upper framework. If I can get up there.
Well now, your timing's as fickle as the tides. It sure would have been nice if you'd shown up before I spent 6 hours trying this myself. This chest is locked by some puzzle, and that's really more your thing than mine. Of course, she also mentioned treasure in these ruins. And here we are, a bit of both if we can get this chest open. If you can figure the lock.
At last! I found one of the ancient devices on top of the bridge, and there is even a flicker of power lurking inside it. This is the key to the answers I've been seeking. The list of experiments I can conduct with this is nearly endless. Hopefully, this will renew Sir Britmar's resolve. She recently declared her intent to abandon this endeavor, but even she should realize the potential of this apparatus. If not, I will have to convince her, because I most certainly need help getting it down from here and hauling it to Carberg.
So, did you find anything inside? I always fancied a crown for myself. One of those big jewel-studded affairs. I suppose that's the kind of clue you were looking for, though, isn't it? Does it tell you where to search next? I'd ask around. Someone in Twillen knows what became of the crone. I bet my boots on it.
The fact this rank stack of hovels stands as the last safe place in the fen is testament to the crone's evil legacy. Like Pennyfather, many here refuse to speak her name aloud, nor do they have word of Sir Britmar. If Britmar abandoned the crone, she may have returned to Hinbroken in the southern marshes. I shall check there next. If Sir Britmar were with us, we would have not only the benefit of her knowledge, but of her patience and strategic thinking as well. Without her, we have only the terrified and distrustful people of Twillen. Your inquiries about the corpse crone may get more honest answers. Meantime, I'm off to Hinbroken.
Ah, I'm impressed you made it this far. Most don't. You followed the light, so you must want something. Judging by your appearance, however, I'm guessing it's not a friendly visit over a cup of tea.
You! Truly the wicked thrive, while the good suffer on this hellish island. The traitor Morgaine is the corpse crone. I'll be damned.
Oh, it seems self-righteous fools persist as well. Go back to your keep, Galahad. Your king is gone, and your duty with him.
Is that why you cursed Britmar? We saw the sorry fate she received for trusting you. You haven't changed at all.
Britmar didn't deserve her fate. You know nothing of the truth.
An unlikely day I'll hear the truth from you, but you'll answer for what you've done, Morgaine. To Britmar and to our Lord King.
I am through being insulted by you. You can pound your head against this barrier all you want. We are done here.
First, I didn't recognize her. Then, even now, I doubt my eyes. Oh, she is much changed. But there can be no doubt. That's the Enchantress Morgaine. Sister to Mirrodin, the Crimson Sorcerer, and traitor to my Lord King. This corpse crone business is now a lesser concern. She has far more important questions to answer. Damn it! Now it all makes sense. That's why Sir Britmar remained loyal to the bitter end. But I still don't understand. We all believed Morgaine succumbed to the Crimson Madness along with her brother. Mirrodin used wards like this on his sanctum, and there's a way to break through them. I will remain here and ensure Morgaine doesn't escape and vanish again. This time, she will answer for what she's done.
This miserable thing is a place I would not wish on my worst enemy. Come away and join me in brighter lands.
This montage of stuff being done to bring you more music. Enjoy.
I'm impressed. I felt quite assured no one had both the perception and the prowess to bring down my barrier. But where is the most holy knight? Perhaps after cooling down, he remembered his steel is no match for my sorcery. I watched Mirrodin's fall to corruption firsthand. I know the Crimson Menace does not play by the rules. If you wish to hear my account of the wars and the events that led to my unfortunate reputation, I've written it down just there. Go on. Aeternum secrets called to us in dreams, promising vast, ancient knowledge. What we discovered was an entity longing for release. Mirrodin believed his spellcraft would ensure protection. But this fell power claimed him for its own. As the Crimson Sorcerer, he became the Herald of Madness. When all else failed, I confronted my brother. Our magics clashed, and then... silence. I was forever changed. I knew the corruption would return. But the power I needed came at a terrible cost. The secrets I sought continued to elude me, but I refused to relent. I became the Corpse Crone, the curse of Weaver's Fen, the target of foolish shadow hunters. I have spent the century since alone, preparing. When the Crimson Madness returns, I shall be ready. So, You see now that I have neither insight nor responsibility in whatever fate befell the High King. As to my part in my brother's fall, I have spent every moment making amends. Preparing for corruption's eventual return. I will need to verify this for myself, of course. But if you speak the truth, then I have gravely miscalculated. Some people believe corruption is mankind's inherent evil in its purest form, and others that it's some kind of demonic possession. It's far more complex, however. I should know. I've spent centuries studying it. Wait. You're a soul warden? I thought the order perished. Never mind. We'll need all the help we can get. Go after Galahad if you must. But then meet me in the ruins of Canopus. I'll need your help. Perfect. Among these ruins, there are sources of power the ancients learned to manipulate. Of most concern, the wells of pure Azoth. Mirrodin became obsessed with hoarding as much as he could. Wait. You have that look. Does the Tempest speak in your mind? Mirrodin had such power as well. Oh, how could so much have transpired while I toiled in that cave? I feel a fool for sequestering myself so long. If this Tempest is already amassing pure Azoth, then we are so far behind. We must harness that power to recharge an ancient warding apparatus nearby. I must go on to Andrometus, so once you have the devices, meet me there. Oh, you handled that quickly and without complaint. It's been a long time since I partnered with someone so competent. People disappoint. It's an unfortunate fact of nature. Only time will prove if you're an exception. This apparatus once powered ancient wards for all these ruins. And recharging it will defend against the corrupted. There's some kind of fault in the eldritch boundaries. However, it may be impossible to repair. The fault could be caused by a threat the wards identified and contained. So, that courage could very well come in handy. Good luck!
Interrupt the montage to bring you the end of the video. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, after this solved.